Welcome to the best of high school sports in Northern California. We are the Bee Prep Show.
And we're coming to you from the headquarters of the Sacramento Bee, downtown, 3rd floor to be specific. Well, we really should be coming from your closet region because you forgot your dress jacket and I'm at a loss.
I'm just showing off my physique. Welcome back for another edition of the Bee Prep Show. I'm Mike Finnerty, joined as always by the man with the jacket this week, Joe Davidson of the Sacramento Bee, and we are coming to you once again from the offices downtown here at the Bee offices, your headquarters. And Joe, full spring show as always. We've got baseball, we've got softball, we've got some lacrosse. We're going to talk about the playoffs, which get started in both baseball and softball this week. Section championships in girls soccer this weekend. We've got Masters golf that we'll bring to you next week. But Joe, it's always crazy this time.
The Sac Joaquin section is the second largest section in California. There's 10 sections, and the biggest is the southern section down in LA. Well, 700 schools. We have about 200 schools in the Sac Joaquin section through the Sacramento Valley. The playoffs here are as competitive as any in this state, and it's on. It's on for baseball, soccer. Everything tightens up with just the scores are it's just much like the other sports. And it happens where now you got 1-0 soccer games. You're not a big fan of that when you're trying to shoot highlights. But baseball, we're going to talk about the best players to look for, the best teams in baseball, the Sac Joaquin section, same with softball. It gets good now. Yeah, we are breaking down the playoffs. All right, Joe, we're going to start it off with our highlights, the finish to the regular season in a few sports, baseball specifically. We're going to head out to Elk Grove. It's the Thundering Herd on the road to take on Franklin.
Two teams looking for a shot at a Delta League title. The Elk Grove Thundering Herd, winners of 5 straight, taking on the Franklin Wildcats. This from Franklin High School. We'll pick it up in the 4th. Elk Grove up, game tied at 3 when Nick Madrigal grounds to short. He beats the throw to first, but it allows Ryan Robards to score. Herd by 1. Still batting Carlos Mosley with a hit deep left. Great effort on the catch, but good enough to bring home Peyton Wheatley, and now Elk Grove is back on top at 5-3. However, Franklin answer in the home half of the inning, back-to-back bases-loaded walks ties the game at 5-all, and then it's Isaiah Morales coming through with a base hit to left. That'll score Hank Lafort. Franklin now up 6-5. Wildcats add another run to go up 7-5. In the final innings, A.J. Wolf came up big on the hill, allowing just 1 run as Franklin takes it by a final of 7-6. The Wildcats clinch a 3-way spot with Elk Grove and Jesuit for first place, but Jesuit gets the top spot for the playoffs. And for the Wildcats, they're looking forward to postseason.
It was a great win for us. Got clinched, top seed. Just went in there with 3 strikes, ran the zone, get the curveball over, got the job done.
We got everything, man. I mean, look at AJ. He's coming in, throwing strikes against Elk Grove. Can't ask for more than that, but I got faith in all these guys, and I think we can go all the way.
Our guys battle. We got a bunch of competitors, and we showed it today. But no, we're excited. Get a piece of the Delta title in a tough league, and now we get to ride that into the playoffs and see what happens.
We head now to Del Campo High School, the neutral site location for the Bella Vista Broncos and the Oakmont Vikings. Winner takes 3rd place in the Capital Valley Conference and heads to the playoffs. Vikings got on the board first when Joseph Zanoli gets a base hit to left. That scores Mason Allen, and it's 1-0 Oakmont after 2. Back at it again in the 3rd inning. This time Oakmont tries the double steal, and it works. Coleman Harrigan comes home to score. The runner going to second is out, but it's 2-0 Vikings. A big 4th inning for both teams. It starts with Bella Vista scoring 3 times in the inning, highlighted by this Matt Clark rip to left. That brings home Nikola Mislinski and Bobby Bennett. But Oakmont counters in the home half of the inning, and after 4 complete, we're all tied at 3. To the 6th inning, a man on for Oakmont's Jake Rodriguez when he drives his pitch to the gap. Scoring on the play is Jackson Colpitz, as Rodriguez finishes with a stand-up double. Oakmont by 1. Oakmont tacks on another run with a Dallas Savoda single to center. Rodriguez is going to score to make it 5-3 Oakmont. And that would be your final as the Vikings make it back to the playoffs, and they're looking forward to it.
We could probably do pretty well this year because our league's different, and we did pretty well against the teams that are in our league, so I'm pretty pumped.
This year we're a little more prepared to go deeper into the playoffs because we're playing a little better right now. So I think if we get past that first game, I think we're winning it.
Just excited for our seniors. We've got a couple guys that have been in the program for 3 years, and they're, their third trip back to the playoffs, and it's kind of tradition here. I'm glad I was able to keep that going. To do it this way is a little tougher than normal, but it's still fun. So.
Softball now. This from Elk Grove High School. It was senior day for the host and B #1 ranked Herd. They not only wanted to send their seniors out with a win, but if they could beat #4 Sheldon, it would clinch sole possession of the Delta League title. Bottom of the first inning, Elk Grove put the bats to work right away with Miranda Miles taking this ball to the gap. Amber Wright is going to score, and it's 1-0 Elk Grove. Moments later, Morgan Lamb follows, crushing this ball to deep right field. That is going to bring home Miles to score. Huskies get Lamb at third, though. However, Elk Grove is up 2-0. They get another run in the inning to make it 3-0. Good start for the Herd. To the third, more of the same. Victoria Saborio with the base hit up the middle. Miles is going to score from third, and it's now 4-0. Courtney Riley, the ace in the circle on this day, she helps her cause with a base hit. Another run will score, and it's now 5-0 Elk Grove. Just too much offense for the Herd. Elk Grove would go up 6-0 after 4, while Riley was looking good through 5 innings of work. Miles took the circle for the final 2, ending the game with a liner to Saborio as Elk Grove gets it 6-2, captures the Delta League title, and will now get ready for postseason as the #2 seed in the Division II bracket. We take you now to Bear River High School in Grass Valley for a non-league playoff tester for the Pioneer Valley League champs, the Bear River Bruins, and the visiting Del Oro Golden Eagles from the Sierra Foothill League. Del Oro grabbed a 1-0 lead in the second, and that score would hold until the 5th when Bear River went to work. Hope Ferry's base hit here brings home Indaya Vieira, and we're tied at 1 apiece. Far from done though, now up 2-1 Bear River is with 2 on. Caitlin Maddox comes up big. She goes the opposite way. That's going to bring home a pair of runs to suddenly put the Bruins up by 3 in the 6th inning. Now up 4-2, it's Narissa Long. She gets this ball to fall in right. As Long is going to make her way around second, Ferry will come in to score. Long is going to finish with a triple as Bear River tops Del Oro by a final 5-2. All right, we've got girls soccer playoffs now. In round 2 of the Division II playoffs, we saw the bracket's #1 seed Del Oro on its home pitch against #9 Rio Americano, winner to the semifinals. To the action now, scoreless with under a minute left and a half when freshman Tegan Marte sends this one to the back of the net. That is her first goal of the year, and that's going to give Del Oro the lead at the break, up by 1 at 1-0. In the second half, the Golden Eagles attacked early and often. Here's sophomore Paige Martinson. She scores her 9th goal of the season, tying her for first on the team. Del Oro up 2-0. Short time later, a corner kick for the Golden Eagles, and in the middle of the pack, ball settles in there somewhere when junior Emily Curry puts her left foot on it. She gets it to go. That makes it 3-0 Del Oro, and that would be all the scoring we would see as Del Oro gets the shutout win and will now play Cosumnes Oaks on Wednesday for a chance to go back to the Division II section finals and win it. We'll wrap up our highlights with boys lacrosse, the semifinals for the Sacramento Valley Conference. It's the first place Granite Bay Grizzlies at home, taking on the second place Jesuit Marauders. Granite Bay came out shooting right away, and Jesuit just had no answers for the Grizzlies' attack. Before anyone could blink, Granite Bay was up 4-0 with 5 minutes left in the first period, and it didn't stop there. Alex Hassna scores from way out. That's going to make it 5-0 Granite Bay. The Grizzlies finished the first period up 6-0 and would lead all the way throughout this match. Long night for Jesuit as Granite Bay cruises to a 14-2 win, only to beat Davis in the conference championship 3 nights later by a final of 9-3.
This is your RAM Auto Update.
Just in, the classic term used car is old-fashioned, outdated, and no longer of any particular relevance. Let's party. The Roseville Auto Mall is throwing a massive factory-certified pre-owned sales event. That means incredible savings on just about every kind of car in the world. All factory certified. It's happening now. It's going fast. In layman terms, skedaddle. The Roseville Auto Mall, driven to be the best.
In 1952, we opened our first market in the Central Valley. 63 harvests have come and gone since then, but we're still here. Because here, roots matter, and not just the ones pulled from the ground, but the ones that keep us grounded, the ones that make sure we'll always stay that hardworking family that started a market for other hardworking families. Save Mart, roots matter.
We want to thank our title sponsor, Save Mart Supermarkets. Shop Save Mart up and down the Central Valley. The Del Oro Golden Eagles softball team is back in the playoffs for the first time in 3 years when, as the #1 seed, the Golden Eagles were upset by Christian Brothers in the opening round. And for four-year starter and Stanford University commit Molly Fowkes, she was the witness to the tough defeat, but Fowkes believes that this time around things can be different.
I think we can make a really deep run in playoffs. We have a really athletic, talented team. We have 7 underclassmen, which is something we have not had in a long time, and they're really competitive and really motivated, so I think we have a really good shot.
After Del Oro, next stop for Fowkes will be Stanford, where she'll major in human biology and hopes to one day work in an emergency room or in sports medicine. And of course, she'll be playing softball for the Cardinal, and she can't wait.
I'm really excited, and I've gotten to know some of the players there that are already there, and I've gotten to know the girls that I'm coming in with, and it's all I've been thinking about.
Being a Stanford Cardinal is something that runs in the Fowkes family. Fowkes' parents, Daniel and Margot, went to Stanford in the early 1980s, as did Molly's brother, Jimmy. Jimmy passed away in February of last year at the age of 21 after an 8-year-long battle with brain cancer, and it's Jimmy's words and how he lived that Molly credits for her drive and success today.
Absolutely. He is the person that, he's made me who I am today, and he's the person who taught me to stay driven and never let anyone tell you can't do anything. Growing up, I was definitely not the strongest, not the fastest, not the biggest, but he was someone who showed me that if you put your mind to something, you can absolutely do it.
There's not a lot of free time for a student athlete of Molly's caliber, but if she had her free time, she knows exactly what she would be doing.
I volunteer for the Live Strong Foundation. My brother and I got involved in that almost a decade ago. So that's probably where I'd be spending my time.
Back to softball now with the playoffs getting started this week. Fowkes and her Golden Eagles are ready.
I think we're really excited and ready to get out of league and face some new competition, new pitching, and see how many teams we can light up.
All right, Mike, good stuff as always. So many good student athletes, achievers, so mature. They balance their lives. We just admire that. We can't even balance our lives now. So kudos to the student athletes that just continue to sprinkle through this region. Sac Joaquin section baseball playoff preview coming up a little bit. Right now, let's break down the Sac Joaquin section field for the large schools, Division I. Who do you like? I know Wood Creek of Roseville is a real force.
With their B #2 rank for us, I think going in they should be the #1 seed in that bracket. You're talking about a pitcher in J.C. Bowles, terrific junior for that team, but you've got Kayla Curtin, Katie Cesney, loads of players. They're ready to win. Quality team. I expect them to be the favorite. The team I expect to maybe compete with them would be #2 Sheldon in that bracket. You're talking about great catcher in Jessica Scott. They've got your Fines middle infield with Jordan Fines at short, Macy Fines at second, Coach Truesdale. She's been there, done that. It's a team ready to win. I could see these two facing off in a championship. I like both those teams.
Championship programs, they've been there. Coaches that know how to motivate and inspire. And when you're Mary Jo Truesdale, you're retired from teaching, but the teaching still happens on the softball diamond. And she's so good and so decorated that she's got the scoreboard named after her. Still waiting for those autographs, by the way. But that's the kids deem Coach Truesdale too important and too special to disappoint. They want to win another championship for the coach and for themselves.
Yeah, and Jeff Fisher for Wood Creek, he took over for Art Banks a couple years ago. Terrific coach. he's so deserving of a championship. It's going to be fun to watch.
All right, Division II, the defending Sac Joaquin section champion is Benicia. Beat Del Campo last season. They're both high seeds here, but that's not your favorite. Your favorite is?
Elk Grove. I would think they're our top-ranked team in the area, and the only reason they're in Division II is because of enrollment. If they were in Division I, they would probably be your #1 seed. Elk Grove, where do you start? I talked to Jeff Alexander, the head coach, Joe. He tells me his team is the best hitting team he has ever had as head coach for the Thundering Herd. That tells you a lot. You're talking about Morgan Lamb, their third baseman, Boise State signee. She could be a B All-Metro type player. Same with Amber Wright in center field, another terrific player. Great team. I expect them to be the favorite. I expect them to win, but it doesn't always work like that because you've got Benicia who's won it before, and watch out for Del Campo. I really like them. Probably an underrated 3, but Elk Grove's your favorite.
Later on, we will break down the heavyweights to look for in baseball. Sac Joaquin section, Division I, II, III, right on down the line, players and all that. You have such great B-roll. We appreciate it. Yeah. Nobody wants to look at us. They want to hear us and see the footage.
Exactly. And of course, we got our Von Hausen Stars of the Week still coming up. We'll wrap up the show later. Don't go away.
There's a history you feel when you visit any of the Von Hausen automotive dealerships. You'll sense the quality of Mercedes-Benz, and you'll experience the low-pressure atmosphere that comes from 2 generations of family ownership. Mercedes-Benz of Sacramento, Mercedes-Benz of El Dorado Hills, and Mercedes-Benz of Rockland. 3 great reasons to drive one of the world's best automobiles. Come feel the difference or visit vonhausen.com.
We'd like to thank our sponsors, starting with Save Mart Supermarkets, where fresh comes first. Shop at Save Mart up and down the Central Valley. Schools Financial Credit Union, banking for everyone, value, convenience, and emerging technology. Von Hausen Automotive Group, celebrating 50 years with Mercedes-Benz. Stop dreaming and start driving. Roseville Auto Mall. If you're looking for a used car, go to the Roseville Auto Mall with over 6,000 vehicles to choose from. And Les Schwab Tires. Since 1952, we promise we'll get you more for your money.
Welcome back to the very best of high school sports in Northern California. We are the Bee Prep Show. I'm in the jacket. I'm looking the part. He forgot his jacket or just wants to show off his guns.
Yeah.
He's lost 50 pounds. Whew. That was your goal. You still want to shed more.
20 more, man.
Kudos to that.
Yeah, thank you.
Not
well,
bad.
You set the bar, man. I got him thinking, look at that big guy next to the skinny guy.
So what he does is we do our taping here in the Sacramento downtown. He rides his bike to Plastic.
Yeah, no.
That's
don't believe him.
You get honked at and all that stuff.
Yeah, right.
I've seen you. I've honked. We are going to break down the Sac Joaquin section baseball playoffs, Division I, Division II, right on down the line. But first, one of our favorite segments.
Oh, we like to honor 2 athletes every week, Joe, a boy and a girl, and it's a part of our Von Hausen Stars of the Week.
This week's Von Hausen Stars of the Week are Nick Frank of Granite Bay and Miranda Miles of Elk Grove. Frank, a 6'2" senior pitcher for the Grizzlies, played a key role in Granite Bay's 3-game sweep of Del Oro. At the plate, Frank was 5 for 9 with 5 RBIs, and in Game 1 of the series, he went the distance, allowing just 2 runs, 2 hits, while striking out 10. As for Miles, the junior first baseman for the #1 ranked Thundering Herd, had a big performance on Monday, going 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs in Elk Grove's 6-2 win over #4 Sheldon, a win that clinched sole possession of the Delta League title.
All right, good stuff. Von Hausen. Great company, great reputation, and you like that wrap car. I mean, I see you styling in there. Thank you for keeping the speed limit.
Yeah,
I do, because I was ready to wrap.
I promise you, Von Hausen, I'm in the speed limit. I promise. But yeah, it's a great car, great company. They'll be back next year, and credit to them and schools and sponsors you have in the show. Because if it weren't for them, we wouldn't be doing these.
I wonder if Von Hausen knows that you let the students drive that. Hey, you get a free T-shirt and you get to drive the car to the prom. No, exactly. We're just kidding. We're just kidding. But all right, let's talk Sac Joaquin section baseball playoffs. Yeah. It's really good in this region. It's the second largest section in the state, so we got some talent here. We got some teams that are highly ranked in Northern California and in the state. Let's break down Division I. The defending champion is the Davis Blue Devils without their best player, without one of the best players in the state, in Ryan Kreidler, the shortstop who's got a wrist injury. He's going to be okay long term. He's not going to play here. But let's just jump to some heavyweights. One of the teams we're both very impressed with, El Dorado Hills, home of the Oak Ridge Trojans, be ranked #1 for much of the year. What makes this team so strong and such a contender for Division I? We know Ryan Sullivan's the ace, but there's so many guys around.
Yeah, talking to Coach Melton, he says we are deep at every position. He goes, it's tough. I got guys that are on the bench that can start. So you're talking about Chris Rapolo, Logan Denholm,
Tyson Solis.
I was going to let you take that one. Joe, the thing about this team, again, as we mentioned, we could name off these guys, but they really are deep at every position. He says the pitching staff for us, senior heavy, that's a big strength.
I agree. And another team loaded with tradition. It's won championships before with Joe Patolni, who's one of the great guys in this business. And Jesuit's a team to look for always in any sport, really. Tanner Dotson can swing it. He could pitch. He hasn't had a dominating season on the hill. He's the first to tell you, but he's ready for a dominating run in the playoffs, so we'll see what happens there. And let's talk about the Elk Grove Thundering Herd. Sacramento Bee ranked #1 at this moment here. Won championships before. Jeff Carlson has won so many championships as an experienced team. That infield's got a lot of experience. Dylan Carlson has had a big year. Coach's son at first base, he's a slugger, but the Madrigal twins are something unique. Nick Madrigal, shortstop, superb player. His brother, Ty Madrigal, is the ace for this team. He's also very good in the outfield. They got other guys, Carlos Mosley and Brooks Day, and so many good players. But how do you like the Herd?
Well, tell you what, they're right there. They're in the mix. I mean, they're a little weakened at the pitcher spot with Chris Martin having some injuries, and
he's pitched a little bit of late, so that's going to give him some depth.
Rusty
right.
is what we might say, and Del Charo, but that's probably where they'll need to pick it up, is in the pitching department. But you know, they're a favor. They're a contender, no doubt about it. They got guys up and down the line who can hit the ball.
All right, Mike, let's talk about Division II. One of the power programs, I think, in Division II, certainly with a coach who knows what he's doing, Paul Martinez, the Oakmont Vikings out of Roseville. What do you like about this team? I know you really like their infielder.
Jake Rodriguez, terrific shortstop, but he's not the only good infielder on that team. You've got Tim Weiser at third base. Terrific defense on that side, and under head coach Paul Martinez looking for another championship. They can do anything.
Hey, Paul Martinez won a championship with the cold Gatorade dump just a couple years ago at Del Campo. Sam Long was his ace pitcher there, now the ace pitcher for the Sacramento State Hornets, so a lot of baseball talent out there. All right, Division V might be two Golden Empire League rivals meeting up here. Dixon Rams in Solano County and Capital Christian. Capital Christian does it in everything, in football, in girls basketball, in boys basketball, and now in baseball. Won championships before. The Cougars are small school, but big time otherwise.
Yeah, they won a championship last year, so they know how to win. Watch out for them. I expect them to make a nice run. They've got the players to do it.
Sac Joaquin section favorite for Division VI is Bradshaw Christian in Sacramento. They have one player, big family, who's a big-time player. Yeah, Grant Dragmeyer, brother of Brady Dragmeyer. We did a feature on him last week, just having a terrific year. The whole team is. And Drew Rickard, he's won a few championships, so it's important that once you get to playoffs, you know how to win. Yeah, real culture of success there. Division VII, Valley Christian Academy Lions. They own this division. Yeah, and Brad Gunter Jr., the coach with the best beard anywhere, he's got a son who's a pretty good player. Yeah, Mike Jr., a talented player on that team. A deep team, Joe. We said at the beginning of the year when we did the preview that he really liked the depth of this team. Talked to him after a game they had last week against Woodland Christian. He says, we just got to stop making a few mistakes, but we're right there. Yeah, and you know what, coaches, they'll say that until their last breath. Yeah, exactly. Stop making so many mistakes. So there's your Sac Joaquin section. Division I through 7, some of the teams to look for. SacBee.com with scores every day, story links, and we're the Sac Joaquin section site for updated brackets. We'll probably get a few hater comments because we didn't, give the prediction on that. Well, you know what? Hater comments should be for fashion disaster. Yeah, right. I value this show and wore my jacket, and his is not here. Yeah, no, it's not. All right, Joe, one more segment left in this show. We're going to talk about a Sacramento Bee Journalist of the Year, high school journalist, and we'll wrap it up.
A credit union is a not-for-profit member-owned financial institution. Can your bank say that? Demand more from your financial institution. Make the switch to Schools Financial Credit Union for low loan rates, state-of-the-art technology, making accounts accessible anytime, anywhere, and more ATMs than most major banks. Anyone who lives, works, or worships in Sacramento and its surrounding counties is eligible to join. Be part of the credit union difference and bank happily ever after with Schools.
We want to thank our title sponsor, Save Mart Supermarkets. Shop Save Mart up and down the Central Valley.
All right, welcome back to the very best of high school sports in Northern California. We are the Bee Prep Show. I am looking the part. Mike forgot his jacket or just doesn't want to. You know, he wants to show off the guns. That's right. That's cool.
Yeah. Next week will be a sleeveless shirt.
That's right, muscle shirt. You know. And, we love to talk about the teams, the coaches, the what makes these programs so unique as they chase down championships. We are in championship season, but sometimes it's nice to talk about some of the reporters. Thomas Oide of Davis High School, the hub, the campus paper there, is a rising star in this business. And we've gotten to know him in the last couple of years, been a mentor to him, and he's terrific. And the Sacramento Bee, we were very proud to present him with the Sacramento Region High School Journalist of the Year. He's highly deserving. You've read his work. I've read his work at the Davis Enterprise or Sports Stars magazine. He's got it. He's on the accelerated path to stardom. He's going to go to the University of Missouri to study journalism. Kudos to you, Thomas. We appreciate you. Our theme, if you want to get into journalism and you're in high school, chase after it. Be after it. It's a great profession. It's a lot of fun. You get to be like us. You can even dress the part if you want. So thumbs up to Thomas Oide of Davis High School, the Sacramento Bee's High School Journalist of the Year. And he may intern here at the Bee, and he may wind up
firing
with our job. It'd be the Thomas Oide show here with a nice sponsor here in a couple of years.
I had a chance to work with Thomas throughout the year and talk to him as well. What a terrific kid. As far as a character kid, gentleman, respectful. He leads the way, Joe. I mean, he is clearly the model. He is going to, you're right, he is going to be a rising star. But in addition to his good manners, he is quite a writing talent.
Well, and he's, I like to mess with him sometimes. And he texted me on the night that we were doing the banquet, and he goes, Joe, we're running a little bit late. There's a big traffic jam, and I almost texted back, said, don't worry about it. We'll just honor the Woodland kid. Woodland kids always show up on time, but I didn't do that. So we had a good time. He rolls right with it.
I love it. All right, Joe, busy week, as we mentioned at the top of the show. We've got girls soccer section championships on Saturday. Loads of fun every year. Baseball, softball underway. It's a great time of year. Masters Golf Championships this week, NorCal's next week. There's no time for a break.
No, and it's the Sac Joaquin section, we say it all the time, it's the second largest section in the state with 200 schools, and it's loaded. And all those sports you just mentioned, football, basketball, draftees, NFL guys, Major League Baseball prospects, we got it here. Scholarship players and swimming and all those things. So,
and boys tennis and boys volleyball. I mean, there really are so many sports. It's very busy.
Follow us along on sacbee.com for all kinds of story links and photo galleries. The Sac Joaquin section site also has updated brackets as well.
That's right. All right, folks, thanks for watching another edition of this show. Remember, you can do so every Tuesday at 4:30 on Comcast Sportsnet California. Check your local listings, though. Show will re-air throughout the week. If you miss it, check it out online. And how they do that?
Sacbee.com, easy to find.
All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.